The scholarship confirmation popped into my inbox and the name on it wasn't mine. It said Tyler Reed and MeritPlus STEM Scholarship $15,000 award in bold. I froze, my coffee sloshed, and I knew exactly who could have done it. I was Ava Carter. I was 20, a sophomore mechanical engineering major, and I had worked for months on the MeritPlus application. The deadline was March 1, 2019 at 11:59 p.m. The scholarship was life-changing, $15,000 spread over 2 years. My parents had $6,200 in credit card debt and a single-income household. If I didn't get that money, I would be working 2 jobs and possibly taking a semester off. Tyler Reed was my roommate in Maple Hall 3B. He was polished, loud, and 2 grades ahead of me. He wore a leather jacket to class and had a LinkedIn profile that read like a future CEO's resume. We weren't friends, not really. We tolerated each other. He borrowed my headphones and never returned both. He also had a way of making himself presentable to scholarship committees: smile, handshake, charm. When the acceptance emails went out on March 14th, I was at lab. I walked back to my dorm, opened my laptop, and found the confirmation. Not for me. For Tyler. His name was in the subject line: MeritPlus STEM Scholarship Notification for Tyler Reed. My hands were shaking so hard I typed his name into the search bar and found it twice. One email to his school address, timestamped March 14, 2019, 9:02 a.m. Another copy to his personal Gmail at 9:03 a.m. I texted him immediately. Tyler, what is this? Did you apply? His reply came 2 minutes later. What? No. That's weird. Maybe a mistake? I stared at the screen. My chest felt like someone was pressing down on it. I could feel the pounding in my throat. I went to my Google Drive. I had written my essay there. I had left it open late on March 1st because I was too tired to finish. It auto-saved. I remembered watching the little blue dot that said Save to Drive. I clicked Version History. Pause. The version history showed a new entry, edited by Tyler.Reed at university.edu March 2, 2019, 12:58 a.m. I read it again and then louder, as if saying it would make it less real, edited by Tyler.Reed at university.edu March 2, 2019, 12:58 a.m. There was a comment under the essay that said, polished. Submitting for you. I felt sick. I texted him again, this time not calm. Tyler. You edited my essay at 12:58 a.m. and wrote submitting for you. Did you submit it? He replied, no idea what you're talking about. I was asleep. I knew he was lying. The version history timestamp couldn't be faked easily. But I needed more. I needed a chain. I needed proof that tied his account and his device to the scholarship portal submission. I went to the scholarship portal. It had a submission log. I printed the entry, applicant name, Tyler Reed. Submitted, March 2, 2019, 1:12 a.m. Submission ID, MP 2019-4578. IP 192.0.2.45. File uploaded, essay_ava_carter_v3.docs. I sat down hard in the folding chair in the common room. My hands were trembling. The portal even showed the uploaded file name, my file name. I emailed the scholarship committee right away. I didn't accuse. I asked for clarification. I kept it clinical. There appears to be a submission under my essay file name but a different applicant name. Can you provide the submission metadata? The reply took 2 days. Dr. Harold Mendez, the committee chair, answered with a curt email asking me to bring evidence to his office. He included an export of the submission log with headers and IP. His email was hmendez@meritplus.org. I saved it. I also walked into the IT office at 9 a.m. on March 17. I asked to see the logs. The tech, a woman named Maria, was blunt. We can't just give you IP mapping, but if this is a disciplinary matter, we can pull MAC addresses and device registration with a signed request from the dean. I nodded like I hadn't rehearsed this 100 times. I filed a formal complaint with the Dean of Students the same day, academic integrity and identity fraud complaint against Tyler Reed. I attached screenshots. My voice was steady but my stomach wasn't. Pause. The Dean opened an investigation. Officially. They subpoenaed the network logs. The university IT matched the IP address 192.0.2.45 to a laptop registered under the name Tyler Reed and to his student account. They also pulled CCTV from Maple Hall. The timestamp showed Tyler leaving our room at 12:50 a.m. on March 2nd, walking to the common area with his backpack, and returning at 1:05 a.m. He had his laptop. He swiped his ID to use the hall network at 12:57 a.m. But I wanted more than logs. I wanted him to show his face as the liar he was. So I set a trap. I created a fake verification email. It was risky, but it paid off. I wrote to his personal Gmail from a throwaway address, "Tyler, MeritPlus needs a clarification on your application. Please reply with confirmation that you edited and submitted the essay by 1 a.m. on March 2nd. I made it look official. He responded within an hour, not in denial, but in arrogance, "Yeah. I used her essay. It was easy. Got it done. Worth it. She'll survive." He bragged. His reply was plain text. I saved it. His own words. He showed no concern about forging documents or theft, only pride. I bundled everything. The Google Drive history. The portal export with submission ID and file name. The CCTV stills. The IT mapping. The email of his confession. I made a folder and sent it to Dr. Mendez and the Dean of Students at 2:43 p.m. on March 22, 2019 with the subject, Formal Evidence Identity Fraud/Academic Dishonesty, Tyler Reed. I attached a one-page timeline and nothing emotional. Just facts. I remember the meeting vividly. I sat in a cold leather chair across from Tyler and the Dean. "You deny the edits and the submission?" the Dean asked. Tyler's jaw clenched. He was sweating. For the first time, the leather jacket didn't make him look invincible. He lied. I didn't submit anything for her. I didn't edit her doc. Then the Dean slid the drive version history across the table. I watched his face change. He stammered. Then the throwaway confession email. Then the CCTV screenshot where he was leaving the room at exactly the right time. He tried to say a friend used his laptop. He couldn't name the friend. The Dean gave him a chance to speak. Tyler looked at me. "Ava, I'm sorry." His voice cracked. He said it like he was apologizing for stepping on a chair, not stealing someone else's future. There was a disciplinary hearing. I sat through it. I was exhausted. But when the committee read the findings 2 weeks later, I felt a kind of vindication I didn't know I wanted. They found Tyler responsible for identity fraud and academic dishonesty. He was suspended for 1 academic year. His MeritPlus scholarship was revoked. The committee rescinded the award and, after reviewing the original application files, offered the $15,000 to me with written apology for the delay. The Dean also revoked his position in the Student Leadership Council and informed his internship recruiter. He lost the fraternity offer he'd been dangling. His LinkedIn endorsements started to vanish. The Dean sent a campus-wide letter about upholding academic integrity and referenced the hearing broadly. They never named him publicly, but whispers did the rest. Friends distanced themselves. Employers rescinded. At parent-teacher events and on social media, the story spread until it became the reason Tyler couldn't find a room to rent off campus for the next semester. I won't pretend it was all victory. I couldn't sleep for weeks. I replayed the moment I opened that email over and over. I thought about whether I should have handled it privately. Tyler's parents called my mother, furious. My mother cried when she told me. I felt guilty. I also felt furious at the smallness of his apology. He had nearly cost me everything. Tyler appealed. he hired a lawyer. The appeal was denied. He was required to complete a restitution program and, in the university's words, demonstrate rehabilitation. He had to return any monetary award. The scholarship committee demanded repayment of the $15,000. The university withheld funds from his student account and labeled him ineligible for future university-sponsored awards. 2 months later, the scholarship money was wired to my account. Seeing the deposit, $7,500 for this year, was surreal. I sat at my desk and cried. Not the dramatic collapse in the hallway kind, but the quiet scrub of tears. I paid down 2 credit cards and signed up for a tutoring gig that let me keep a single class load. I still thought about Tyler in the mornings. I walked past his empty side of the room once with my suitcase and felt a cold satisfaction. The revenge part people ask about was not a clever prank or a viral humiliation. It was meticulous documentation and process. I got him in the only place that mattered, the official record. I let the system do its work. I collected the logs. I preserved the admission. I pushed it through the channels every institution has to prevent exactly what he did. Did it cost me anything? Yes. Time. Energy. Trust. I stopped sleeping next to strangers who shared my space. I feared for my other files. I changed passwords, invested in 2-factor authentication, and learned about digital forensics. I also learned that letting anger be my only guide would have ruined me. I had to be precise. I had to be patient. Tyler moved out in June. He sent one message that summer: "I'm sorry. I lost everything. If I could fix it, I would." I read it and didn't reply. I didn't need closure from someone who'd stolen it. Sometimes people asked if I went too far. If I had taken his scholarship and then reported him, would that have been petty? Maybe. But the difference was clear to me: he stole first. He tried to get away with it. I simply made sure he couldn't get away with it. So what do you think? Was I justified, or did I become what I hated when I exposed him? What would you have done if your future was on the line and your roommate was the thief?